Okay, so last week's disaster of trying to work with the flawed pattern, we're gonna go with a little bit different one this week. We're gonna go with a easier one, which is a maxi skirt. As you can see, you can take this into several different levels or types of flow or straight down kind of skirts. So one of the skirts we're going to be doing is a little one like this with a different pattern in a week or two, I think. So we're going to go with the maxi skirt this time, which is great because we've got this awesome fabric. It's really light, very stretchy as well, and doesn't fray very easily. So that'll be easy to work with. My challenge with this fabric is that it's going to be curling up on itself. As you can see here, it's curling over the edges right now, and so that'll be, I think, my biggest challenge with this fabric. And then another challenge will be, as I'm sewing it, the top one will end up getting, the top layer will get stretched from the foot of the machine, while the bottom layer is going through the machine fairly well. So that'll be another challenge I think I'll have. So what I'm going to do, I've already got all the pieces cut out for this. I just need to put it on top of the fabric and cut the fabric out. I've already got my sizes as well from last week's pattern. So I will go ahead and get that all set up, and then I will pin it to the paper here, and I will cut everything out, and then I will go through and pin it together first so I know what it looks like and how to kind of put it together through the sewing machine. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll come back in just a moment. Okay, so we have all the pieces cut out. We only have 3 pieces of fabric that we needed to cut out. One that was like this, and then 2 long ones that was the front and the back of the skirt. So what I did is, I'm a little bit bigger on the waist, and I didn't know for sure if when I take the strip and I fold it in half, if it would actually fit over my rear end and my stomach. So I cut out 2 pieces just in case I need to sew them together to make this width of the top of the skirt a little bit bigger to fit around me better. So I've got 1 extra piece just in case. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the side pieces here, and I'm going to stitch them with the front of the fabric facing each other, and I'm going to do about half of an inch down with a single stitch down each of the sides, and then I'm going to take this half piece here and stitch it over so that right now I folded it in half, and then what I'll do is I'll line it up with the edge of one of the sides of the skirts like this, and basically stretch it so that it'll go across to the other side like this kind of, and it'll kind of wrinkle the top of it together so it comes together a little bit more like that. And then what I'll do is I'll sew the top of this over so that it's got a bit of a hem, so it's a straighter edge, and I will go and I will sew a hem at the bottom. So for right now, that's all I'm going to do, so I'll come back to you as soon as I'm done with that and show you hopefully the finished product. Okay. Okay, so I have stitched it now, put it together, and here's the final product. There's a few little errors and flaws that have only been because of my sewing mistakes. That's it. The pattern worked really well. It was really easy. It's only taken me maybe 3 hours to do, maybe 4 altogether, from start to finish, from cutting out all the pieces on the pattern here to cutting the fabric and to sewing it all up. So it's probably taken me closer to 4 hours. I've hemmed up the bottoms here, and I pulled it as I was doing it to kind of stretch the fabric a little bit so it would curl a little, to kind of give it more of a dainty, delicate kind of look when I'm wearing it. And I ended up not using that spare piece for the top part here, and what I ended up doing was taking this big piece, folding it in half like this, and then sewing it onto the skirt so that the bottom edges here were inside the skirt up against my skin, which made the base a little bit thinner. And there was a few errors because this was tighter. I had to stretch it, which makes the fabric pull under like that. So I had to stitch over it again just to kind of ensure that it didn't come apart, because I like my stuff to be really good quality and everything. And so I still have this extra piece here in case of emergencies someday where I may need to patch something up or repair the top part. I can do so. But I ended up just using this one piece to go completely around my waist. And I also ended up sewing in the waist a little bit more because after I had stretched it to put it on the top and attached it, it was still a little big, only by an inch. So I sewed up from like this far into it up to the top. Just a little gradual stitch, as you can probably barely see right there. But I did that to try and bring it in just a little bit more so that it sticks to me and doesn't come falling off me when little kids come to hug me, because that happens all the time. So yeah, here's the skirt. It's all done, and I'll post pictures. Thanks.